Hey guys, welcome back to Startup Central. Today we're going to be checking two things in this video. Number one is what the heck is going on with Bitcoin. I mean, it's been trending down for some days now. Is the bull run over, or is this just a temporary thing and are we going to be going back up? We're going to be checking some numbers in the charts and try to identify what's the most probable outcome. And then number two, we're going to be checking some altcoins because even guys, if this is the end of a slight bull trend, then we are close to the halving. So in the larger scope of things, this is going to be going up. So if we're going to be going down for a little bit, this is the perfect moment to be buying some nice altcoins. And I'm going to tell you which are my favorites and why. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, guys, this is in everyone's head. What is going on with Bitcoin? Right now, Bitcoin has gone below the $36,000 mark, and it is currently at $35,900. So it is at a critical point, technically speaking, where it could either go down back to the 30s or to jump up to the 40s. So what is the most probable outcome? Because guys, technical analysis is a probabilities game. If someone tells you this is going to be a certain outcome, they are lying, guys. Never trust anyone who tells you 100% sure this is going to be happening, because if that person had that crystal ball to know the answer, then they would be winning every trade and they would be as rich as Elon Musk or whoever else. So let's go to the charts and see what's going on with Bitcoin and try to define what's the most probable outcome. Here we are, guys. This is the daily chart, and I want you to focus on this larger channel. So we're going to be zooming out, and if you can see, there is a channel between these purple lines. This is the ceiling and this is the floor. I mean, I know a lot of people call them the resistance and support. I like to call them floor and ceiling because it's more easy to picture them as such. So as you can see, Bitcoin has been in this channel, touching the ceiling and the floor a number of times. And every time it touches the ceiling, I mean, it could go a little bit above that and then it retraces back down. And lately, Bitcoin just did this thing. It went a big chunk above that ceiling. Now, this is not the first time it does it. It did it here. And if you see here, it touched the ceiling and then crashed down to the floor. So the question right now is this going to happen again? And not necessarily, and I'm going to tell you why. So as you can see, in this case, and technically this just became a bear flag. So we're coming down here, touch the lower levels, went above this ceiling, and then crash down. So every time we're coming from the top and going down, even if we trend upwards, and it's not every time, guys, again, there's no certainties, but there's a big probability that we're going to continue going down, at least for a little moment. Now, in this case, let's zoom in here. We're seeing that it went above and then now it's touching a critical point because there are two trend lines here. And if you see these trend lines, they are crossing each other. So this is a crossroads. Now, the different thing from that moment ago where it crashed down is that this is an upper trend line. So when you have upper trend lines, this is a whole different story, because now this is not a bearish sign, it is a bullish sign. Now, again, guys, this is like a 70 to 80% probability, but we're going to add another piece of analysis to understand if we're going up or down. Now, before we get there to the RSI, we are seeing this critical moment where, as you can see, the price of Bitcoin is touching now the floor. It used to be a ceiling, now it's a floor. And if it bounces a little bit up and stays up a number of days, we're going to be surely going up. But if it touches and crosses down this second uptrend line, then we will certainly be going back down to probably $30,000. Now, what is the probability? Because I know that's not a good answer for you. I wouldn't be satisfied with that answer because it's a little bit vague. So that's when we go to the RSI. Now if you go back in time and see how the RSI was when we went back down, we were in overbought territory. So that means that when we cross this upper level, the 80%, it means that the token in specific Bitcoin is overbought. So that means there's too many people buying these things. They're getting tired. Now they're looking into selling. So let's check how it is right now. And it's quite the opposite. If you see, Bitcoin went up here, but now we are in close to oversold territory. So what does this mean? That a lot of people have been selling, and now a lot of people are interested in buying. And who is interested in buying, guys? Well, we all know about the ETFs. If they are approved in the coming days, this is pretty much going to go up in a big way, and we are almost certain that they're going to be approved. So in the, let's say, in a 1 to 2 month scope, yes, we are going up because remember well, guys, in April we are having the Bitcoin halving. So all in all, I'm bullish right now. I just want to see the bounce up again and not see the price cross this second uptrend. But again, we have the RSI showing us that we are in close to oversold territory. So let's put probabilities to this. And this is just going to be a thing made up. But let's say it's 70 to 80% probabilities that we are going up. So what is the strategy if we're going up? Well, it's a good time to buy tokens that are cheap. If we're going down, I wouldn't get into those tokens until we are certain that we are buying them at a low price. And that's where we come to that's where we come to the second part of this video, which is analyzing some of those tokens, because some of them are really expensive, like Solana. And we are seeing it went way above this channel. It touched this ceiling, and now it's going back down to test probably the $46 floor. If it breaks that floor, then it will touch this purple line, try to test it, and we'll see probably a bounce around 41 to 41.50. But it might break this down if Bitcoin trends down. But I would be not entirely happy, but not unhappy of buying Solana at 41, and I'll tell you why. Now, don't spend the entirety of your money in a single entry point, guys. If you have, let's say, $100 or $1,000 to buy Solana, why not assign 30% of that to this price and a little bit more to this other price? I mean, buying Solana at 25, that would be awesome. I don't think we're going to get there unless Bitcoin goes to $30,000. But anyway, I'll show you why I am bullish in Solana overall, because if you see the highs, the all-time high was around 260. So 45, it's not even 41, it's not even that high. We can still get a 10x if we touch those all-time highs. But I mean, I would be really, really happy to buy Solana a little bit cheaper. So that's why if I was getting in Solana, which I'm not exactly at this moment, because I want to see what's going to happen with Solana in the coming days, I would be, fine with the $41 entry, and much happier if we test the $36 per Solana point. So I might place a trade at 36. Now, Solana is not my best horse, guys, and I'm going to tell you which one is my favorite, and that is Near. And I'm going to show you why Near is a good trade for me. And again, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just informational and for enjoyment purposes. Do your own research, but I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing here. Number one, we are touching an important line, an important floor here, which is 1.49. So I believe that once Near touches that point, if Bitcoin goes sideways or it goes back up, then Near will go back up. If it breaks this line, it will probably go to 131, which is not too far from 149. And this is a solid floor. I don't think it's going to be going lower than that. Again, guys, I would place a trade, let's say in this case, 50% of my trade, my entry point, to 1.49, which is about to touch that one, and the rest around here. It might, the second one though, the lower one might never be touched, but at least if it does, you have the opportunity to get this at a good price. So the other reason why, there's two more reasons why I love this token. Number one, we are already in oversold territory. So people are looking to enter this because this is what the RSI tell us. But the other thing is, how far are we from all-time highs, guys? And this is one of those tokens that are near used to be an L1, now it's an L2. But anyway, look how far the all-time high is. I mean, guys, look, you keep dragging this thing, and it's at 21. So how far is 1.5 from 21? That's around a 15x if you buy at current prices. So even if you were to buy at current prices, the probability of making a 5x or a 10x is really high. Again, look at this. We are at really low lows, but we're trending upwards. So this is one of the reasons why I like NEAR. I already told you a number of other reasons. And then we are going to check a number of other tokens, and I'm going to be going faster because these are the two main ones that everyone is asking about. But let's go to Chainlink. Chainlink has been trending down hardly. It's crashing, and I mean, it went way up. It broke the ceiling, which is now it's a ceiling. It used to be a floor, and now I believe it's going to be testing 12.9. It is entering oversold territory, but it's not yet there. So I believe we're going to be testing 12.9. If it breaks that down, then there's a big jump down to around 10.5 or 11. I would place an entry around 11, not to miss that, and another at 12.9. And again, how far are we from all-time highs? Let's see. So let's zoom out. The all-time highs. This is 52. So we are at 13. That is a good number of X. That's around 30X. So Chainlink could be a good token to get into once we are sure what's going to be happening with this token. I think that entering around 9 would have been ideal because this is a strong support. But given that that probably is far out of reach, now we have to look at other supports. And that's why I believe this is a weaker support, but 12.8, that's doable. I think we might retest that. Now going back to TON. Now this is an interesting token, and I think it's a little bit expensive right now. This is Telegram's token. It started as solely Telegram's token. Now it's been migrated to a third party, but it's still promoted by Telegram. Guys, if you are in crypto, you might probably be in Telegram in a number of chats. And if you are not, guys, go get into into Telegram and find the channels for the tokens you are following, because you get a lot of information. Guys, in the last downtrend, I was able to get off a lot of tokens because of what I see or what I saw being chatted in those channels. So guys, you need to be paying attention to those channels in Telegram. Now, every time someone discusses something about crypto in those channels, Telegram will send you a notification about this token. So as you know, guys, marketing is a big thing in order to sell products or services. So how do you sell a token? You need to chill it out to a lot of people. So Telegram has a big audience, a huge audience, and a niche audience of crypto lovers, and they have free marketing. So I believe if we get this at a fairer price, this token might explode when we get to the bull run, closer to the halving. So I would be thrilled to buy TON at 1.7071, which is the support here. I'm not entirely sure if we're getting here because check the RSI, we are in oversold territory. So where would I believe that it's possible or feasible to get this token? Probably around 2.42. If we break this uptrend, then we might touch 2.16, and that would be another entry point, a nice entry point. Now we are seeing, even though we're coming down, there is another line that I haven't drawn, which is this one. It is still an uptrend. As you can see, we still have higher highs and higher lows. So in terms of technical analysis, I think ton is a good option. I'm just waiting for it to be at a great entry price. I don't want to buy things expensive, because if this is a bigger decline of Bitcoin, if we go to $30,000, surely we'll see ton. I don't know what's going on with Telegram and my vocabulary. We will be testing 2.16, or even break down a little bit further to 1.8, at which point it would be a fantastic entry. Again, guys, I do not do a 2x trading or 10x trading, but some people do. And if you're going to be leveraging, then you need to find solid support levels at which to buy. That for me would be 1.71. It might not happen. Again, I think people are getting tired of the publicity Telegram is doing about ton, because it's just one bit of news, which is, yes, it's important. They are, according to their test, one of the fastest L1s in the crypto space, even more than Solana. So that might be a solid piece of marketing for them, but it's just one bit of news. They need to come up with more news. So adoption would be a great thing. And again, guys, they are Telegram. They have a lot of niche audience in their platform. So I believe this is going to be a real, if they bring utility to this token, I think it might be the next Solana or something like that. But right now it's not at that point, so I want to buy it when it's cheap. And let's go to one more of those tokens I like. This is Helium. Now Helium is just broke this uptrend, the support, now to become a ceiling. And there is a big jump down from where it is at 1.87 to around 1.55. And if you see, it might be testing it just when this purple line and the yellow line touch. So I would be placing a trade at 1.55. The RSI is not even in oversold territory, so it has a more leg to go down still. And if we zoom out, how high was this all-time high? Well, guys, I think you'll be thrilled to learn that the higher high of HNT used to be 56. So right now is 1.87. It's incredibly cheap, even if you buy it at current prices. But again, guys, who doesn't love a bargain, right? So I would be thrilled to buy it at 1.566, 1.5657. Those are great entry prices for HNT. It is potentially coming down to that price, especially so if Bitcoin could be testing the 30,000 mark, which there's a low probability of that happening, but at least HNT is not stopping its downtrend for the time being. Now, what is HNT? What is Helium? If you don't know about this token, this is kind of decentralized internet that uses a lot of devices to connect other devices to the internet. It could be via smartphones, it could be via antennas that people place on their homes. So their project is amazing. If that happens, it would be, really, really cool. It could be turning into the next or the alternative internet if you don't want to be in the internet that is controlled by BlackRock and friends. But guys, there still need to be a lot of work for this to happen. Anyhow, again, guys, the possibilities of this going to a 10x or a 20x, this is one of the highest that I've seen in the crypto space, and it's cheap. And if Bitcoin goes to 40,000, then HNT will again break the ceiling and go up, where the next ceiling might be around 2.6. So that's like a 60-70% above. If you're just scalping, if you just want 60-70% profit in your investment, then this is very feasible. Again, guys, if you are into leveraging, which I am not, a good entry price for this would be 1.55, because that's where these two lines merge. Again, I'm not advising you to do that. It's just that sometimes I am asked, if you were leveraging, where would you place your entry? Don't do that, guys. My advice is, and I'm not a financial advisor, but don't leverage, because a lot of people lose their money because if something breaks in a small percentage, since you are 2xing or 5xing or 10xing, that small change you have to multiply by 10, and that's where you could be losing money. I mean, even if you could 10x your profit, I don't think it's worth it. I think a 20x at this price point is already great. Okay, guys, so I think that's it for today's video. There's really great prices coming now that we are retesting lows in different altcoins. I hope this was useful to you. If it was, don't forget to like this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.